Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good days to everyone. We are from Group 5 would like to present about the can engineers serve as a better leader. First of all, I would like to thank to our lecturer Dr. Aira Shahbudin Mat because teaching this subject and giving responsibility to our group to finish this group project. Before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce our group members. We have 5 members in our group. Me as a first presenter, Muhammad Shahrul, Amri for second presenter, Aizuddin for the third presenter, Izham for fourth presenter, and for the last presenter is Faizullah. To complete the objective of this project, many things we have done in our group, including group discussion, find information, and others. For introduction, can engineers serve as a better leader? As the word implies, a leader will be a person that leads, obviously. So whether an engineer serves as better leader really depend on the context. In a business context, the engineer knowledge on different topics, pair with their creativity and rationality, may allow them to make non-trivial decisions and come up with a cool idea that may significantly help the organization achieve their goal. Engineers tend to be good at solving problems. A good leader will find efficient way to solve the problem that the rest of the group could not, gaining their trust and making them come to his for guidance, hence gaining power to convince them to act. Other than that, engineers tend to be a good managing trade-off. There are 5 rules must make to secure footing that serves as engineer as a better leader. Number 1, redefine being right. Number 2, expert in new ways. Number 3, let go of control. Number 5, encourage often and communicate preventively. And number 5, build for the leadership. For number 1, redefine being right. Engineers do hold tight to their way being the right way because often there are critical consequences when they are not right. Engineers work diligently to find innovative solutions, and along the way, they are judged on whether they successfully identify and curve circumvent any challenge, hindering and solution success. Engineering is a complex field that deals with mathematical, analytical and technical problem, and it's crucial that engineers are very detail oriented in all aspects of work. Even small mistake in a complex system can cause major problems. Engineering managers are trained to use their organization and analytical skills to lead their teams in variety of complex tasks. Their education and experience provide a foundation for problem solving, and by developing the following strengths, they will be better equipped to successfully manage projects and add value to their organization. There are 3 factors involved for engineers to redefine being right. Factor number 1, attention to detail. Engineers need to have an understanding of both the detail and the bigger picture. Engineers are trained to use their organizational and analytical skill to lead their teams in a variety of complex tasks. Their education and experience provided a foundation for problem solving, and by developing the following strength, they will be better equipped to successfully manage projects and add value to their organization. Number 2, decision making. Decision making and leadership for engineers depend upon them understanding all aspects of a project, including checking the accuracy of effectiveness of their teamwork. In other words, to make the right decision and lead with strength of and consistency in decision making. Ethical is an important element in engineering profession. Number three, responsibility. Since engineers are making the decision, they are responsible for the result. When the results are good and the project is a success, This responsibility is a pleasure that can be shared with the entire team. However, when mistakes are made and it becomes apparent that the decision made turned out to be the wrong ones, it's up to the engineer to shoulder the responsibility for the team. Engineers should be honest about their mistake and poor decision and take them as opportunities for learning and changing course. Next slide is step in decision making. There are 10 steps in decision making. Number one, determine whether the matter truly involves ethics. Number two, consult existing guidelines that might offer a possible mechanism for resolution. Number three, pause to consider as best as possible all factors that might influence the decision you will make. List, listing guidelines that might offer a possible mechanism for resolution. Number four, consult with a trusted college. Number five, evaluate the right responsibility and vulnerability of all affected parties. Number six, consult existing guidelines that might offer a possible mechanism for resolution. Number seven, generate alternative decision. Number eight, enumerate the consequences of making each decision. Number nine, make decision. And last, number 10, implement the decision. To serve as a better leader, the decision making has emerged as one of the most dynamic, ongoing, challenging, and active area of leadership investigation. Engineers are the one are the look to for an answer, guidance, and on-the-job decision. There are different ways to approaching decision making, such as using experience, logic, and instinct. Whichever tactic or combination of tactic an engineer choose, they should remain flexible when making decision, as different situation may require unique approach. That's all for me. I will pass to my other group member for the next slide. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Sharul. For role number two in expert, role number two is expert in new way. This means the identify the process and procedure in place and see where they need refining. As a leader, need to know 5 steps to the expand your appetite. One, listen like a beginner. Ability to put her own knowledge to us. Take time to understand what your community needs and consider how best to apply your skill to the situation. Number two, simplicity, complex issue. Can cut no the noise and noise to identify what most important for the business and provide unique insight on how to solve problem. Number three, keep learning. Experts are constant learners, especially in the test-driven business climate. Number four, check your ego. View your appetite and a way to contribute to the goal, not to the be smartest person in the room. While it's true the expert know more than most regarding their discipline, it's easy to become overconfident of self-importance. And last, number five, cultivate communication skill. Ability to communicate is your vertical for sharing your insight. Okay, next slide, explained by member Izudin. Thank you.
Okay. Number three is letting go of control. As a leader, you should not micromanage your staff. You should allow a degree of work freedom for the staff in completing their work. You have to avoid checking every single sub-process and work and focus on the result. The meaning of micromanaging is giving an extreme and delicate focus on the tiny details such as how they write their reports and what is the format of the report. As a leader, you should wait for only the result of their work. This is to provide them a good atmosphere and keeps encouraging them in doing their tasks. Furthermore, as a leader, you should let go all the time and logical time frame for the staff to complete their tasks. You should not push them beyond their limit and give them an illogical time. You should also assist them in any way during the project if they request for help. Yeah, if not, you should just watch them and manage them if they ask for any advice. And also, you should not hesitate to learn from the newer or junior staff, since they may have a different point of view or work path by in doing their job. Okay, next I will pass to Isham.
Okay, for role number 4, encourage often and communicate preemptively. As a leader now, and keeping everyone engaged and in the loop is essential for project success. For point number 2, setting clear team goal and evaluating progress along the way allow team to work collaboratively. Ni macam panggil semua team untuk kita bagi task masing-masing lah untuk kita tahu matlamat yang kita nak capai supaya semua orang tahu tugas masing-masing. Untuk point number 3, people always follow a good leader due to he is stand for the belief of a team. This person is always well focused on a main objective and resolve the difficulties. In the same time, the employee will be happy to provide the support for the team in order to succeed in accomplishing their goal. Point number 3, point number 4, engineer as a leader need to know human skill to close each other with their team. And well communication skill and the intelligence to associate with people are the essential to become a successful engineering manager. Able to complete the task in all kind of responsibilities by cooperate with worker, technician, manager and client. Develop team strength and improve weaknesses. It is also the responsibilities of the team leader to identify the team's strengths and weaknesses by determining which team member excel at which task. You can delegate the required task to the appropriate person. And lastly, resolve conflict in is an attitude as an engineer becomes leader, because teams are made up of different personalities, work, trade and motivation. Conflict can sometimes occur. Ni maksudnya leader tu kena menyelesaikan masalah adalah satu sifat yang kena ada lah sebagai ketua. Sebagai ahli kumpulan, macam-macam perangai ada, masalah akan timbul. Itulah tugas leader untuk selesaikan masalah lah. Next, for role number 5,
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Role number 5 for engineer to be a better leader is built for engineer is always built for leadership. What they mean is they were being set to solve a critical problem in a proper manner, even in the study phase and also at the workplace. That means they need to learn how to analyze and solve the problem in a proper manner. They should follow the engineering method and law to be considered. As we all know, as engineer, we always learn during study. We learn a lot of law, such as there's law in physics, there's law in thermodynamics, so we need to follow. Then on during working, we also follow the government law and regulation. They need to comply with the in the project. So the point number two is take a responsible to serve the public with their knowledge and maintaining the ecosystem of the environment. As we know, in the code of practice of an engineer also mentioned, all the engineer need to take a consideration of the health, safety, and welfare of the public and society. That means whatever we do, whatever the engineer do, they must consider about the safety of the people, the welfare of the people, of the public, and also the environmentally effect. Point number three is an engineer are by nature methodological, analytical, and detail-oriented people. It means engineer understand the importance of precision and attention to detail because the slightest miscalculation, mistake or instance or negligence can trigger a chain reaction of problem and costly delays. What they mean is we must control the and timely to complete the project to prevent the delays of the project. And as we all know, the delay will cause a very big problem to the company or organization. Point number five is engineer is always asking for help. That means to find we need to an engineer we need to find a successful former engineer turn leader as a mentor. Mentoring program is very good for an engineer because they can learn the from the mentor what's if you have something problem, you can tell to the mentor to find the solution. And the last point is engineer had a good interpersonal skill and good communicators. As an engineer, they need to communicate both with other engineers on their teams as well with non-engineers in the company, customer, and other important stakeholder. I mean the boss in any project they might be working on. This point said that every engineer, we keep communicate to others people. We have a subordinate, we have a boss, and we communicate properly to ensure the work has been done properly. Okay, the next for the conclusion, we conclude that not everybody can be a good leader. Only with a good knowledge and experiences can make somebody a good leader. An engineer also, with a good criteria, behavior, as I mentioned above, can serve a great leader. Engineers tend to be good at solving problems, and a good leader will find efficient ways to solve the problem that the rest of the group could not, gaining their trust and making the team come to his for guidance, hence gaining power to convince the team to act. In addition, the important things that all leaders need to be good, have a good attitude. People will look to you as a bellwether for how they should feel about the organization. Always maintaining an optimistic attitude to make a positive impact to the team. And then there are a few examples that engineers are proven to be a great leader, such as Bill Gates, where formerly he's a CEO of the Microsoft and being a software engineer at the earlier. And then the next Microsoft current CEO, Satya Nadella, also has a strong background in engineering. And as last but not least, Tan Sri Wan Zulkifli bin Arifin, managing Petronas from 2015 and 2020. As per our finding, for the last, an engineer can be a great leader those kind of criteria and leadership behavior that engineer have should make them a good leader, not only in the engineer-based leader, but also as a great business leader. That's all for our team project. Thank you for your attention. Have a good day. Thank you very much.